Yes, welcome back. We continue with Good Morning Kenya. Let's talk about matters to do with winning within the digital age, given that we are living in an age where upskilling especially has become very important, not only for professionals, and also branding has become crucial, not only for professionals, but also businesses. So how do you navigate about this, especially in this digital age? We are talking about personal branding and professional development. And Moses Were joins me here to talk about this. He's a digital market consultant, trainer, and thought leader. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Mike, and it's a pleasure to be here to speak about this crucial area on personal and professional development in the digital age, because we can see conversations around technology, AI, and also now people want to get services from people whom they relate to, and therefore branding is necessary.
Branding is necessary. Before we even continue, personal branding and professional development, define these two. Where is the nexus and where do they differ?
That's a great question. When you talk about personal branding, this is where you go back to the attitude of you understanding yourself. Like you're understanding, having clarity on your personal values, aspirations, and vision, and then showing up intentionally based on occasions. This can be on social media platforms, can be on the actions that you take, so that you get to like just serve against your purposes and goals. When you talk on the essence of the personal development, this is where now you invest in yourself based on now having the clarity on what you are trying to achieve, so that as you go along your journey, be it in business or as a professional, now you get to just like reinforce yourself with the necessary skills, information, relationships, and networks. So it's a long process that's never ending. And so meaning that personal development has to be intentional. It also has to be intentional, and it has to be strategic.
Strategic in what way?
So this is where, assume you have been in an industry for 5 to 10 years, and then you are seeing like disruptions that now. So you need to understand like what kind of knowledge and content do I need to consume. If you are also a business person, you'll also get to understand like which areas or practices in my industry do I need to adapt to, so that I'm not being left out. And that's something that's important, because it makes you relevant, not someone who is outdated. It makes you be someone who is seen as an authority in the market, and it makes you valuable, because people now want to engage with you. They want to get information and insights on also how they can grow and nurture themselves through the skill sets, the knowledge that they have, and on the service delivery. And that's why when you come to the corporate setting, as a professional, once you are always investing yourself in terms of knowledge, and in the industry that you are in, that comes with some bonus in it, be it on promotions or you being able to revolve across different industries, but within the same field and area. You just became a great person.
Now, you know, having said that, it means that these two are crucial. Why have they become so invaluable in today's time and age?
I would talk about relevance, which is very important. Because we can all be great in all our areas, all right? But today it demands more than just the skills and knowledge and information. It demands also agility. So when you talk about personal branding, and I talked about intention, so this is where you have clarity on your personal values and knowledge, skills, and strengths in your area of work. So it means that it's going to demand for you to be evolving, to stay relevant at the workplace. So by consuming various information that's necessary at your workplace, you find that you become indispensable, because the results that you produce in that area through the processes of you adapting to continuous learning, the results speak for themselves. And it's these results that people also want to be benefiting from you. So if you are someone who is still outdated, doing the old trends or things that worked 2 years ago, you find that it's challenging for you to adapt in the current job market, right? And this makes you so easy to be replaced even in the workplace. And if it's a business, and also when we talk about technology, it's easy for a small brand that understands the local market to get you out of business, because they understand what people want. And when we can serve them best, why can't we just work with them, because they understand what we do no matter the size?
Exactly. You mentioned the personal values, and I'm intrigued. Can we have personal brand, a strong personal brand, devoid of personal values?
Oh, that's a great question. However, they almost go the same together, because when you talk about personal brand and personal values, personal brand is where you invest in yourself as an individual. And then values and aspirations, these are like some of the factors that give you clarity towards your sense of purpose, of which we can all be doing the same thing, of which we are known as, assuming the professional industry, we are all digital marketers. But however, our values differ in some areas. So maybe Moses is someone who is always focused.
Yes.
He's a timekeeper. He's someone who values data.
Yeah.
He's data-driven. However, the individual next to me is someone who likes the hype on the influencer marketing side.
Yeah.
His aim is just to be known and get seen. So we find that our values and aspirations, in as much as our personal brands might be intersected or of the same thing in a particular area, they might be different.
Yes.
So based on how we nurture ourselves also and present ourselves in this space intentionally, they are going to be great determinants on how people perceive us in the market and the value also we provide in the market. So you'll find that both lead us to various directions which are different.
Yes. So it plays directly to even the perception that people have on a person, on a brand. Yeah. And this applies even to business.
Yeah, sure.
So now, can we say that whatever you're saying is, when it comes to personal branding, it's an extension of who you are based on what you want to offer out there?
Yeah, and what you want to achieve. Because in the end of the day, in as much as you are offering value, you can't just be powering. There should be that accept, of which if you're offering the value in the market, also there should be results that are coming in. So this can be financially, monetary, and also in the job market, where the workplace just rewards you because you are a talent.
Yeah.
You have the skills.
Yes.
Yeah.
You cannot wake up one day and say, I am a brand. It has to be like, it has to be like a process. So for someone who is looking forward to making themselves as a brand, or in a business that wants to make itself as a brand, what are the strategies involved?
First, I was smiling because everyone wants to be a brand today. Everyone wants to be a public speaker. Everyone wants to be something that's great. But it's a process first of you having clarity on understanding your sense of purpose, like what do you stand for, and then evaluating the values that you have. And then after that, you check out on these values that I have, and this is what I like doing on who I am. What do I like doing? Not much related with passion, but what do I enjoy doing, or what would I like to become? So in the sense of having clarity of who you are, what you are, and your personal values, these are going to be like your North Star on you understanding what you try to become. So this will now push you further towards gaining knowledge on the particular area of your interest, reaching out to various mentors or individuals who are in that particular area so that they can give you information, access to opportunities, and also challenges. So through the process of you working out on becoming who you are by working with the right people in this process, now you will be in a position to just overcome some of the challenges and navigate what truly is in it for you. And then being consistent will be something that's important. Yes, you have known what you have. You want to become. You know what you are doing now. But are you consistent now? Because through the consistency, people will now be in a position to not only identify you and trust you, but now they'll be in a position where they also want to interact with you. And then this brings in the conversion, because a brand stands for something. It can be a digital marketer, it can be a public speaker, it can be what you do. And that what you do now, it's what becomes as a form of transaction, not just you as an entity.
What about the aspect of investing within the digital space, in as far as you want to create this personal brand?
That's a great question. We are in an era where social media has really revolutionized how brands used to show up online. I just want you to think about it. We have known over various key great global leaders like Vusi Thembakwayo, we know Alex Omozi, and the things that they do and their places, and every day we show up to listen to them. So when we talk about the digital space and how it's also revolutionizing these personal branding aspects, I think it has given us that opportunity for people to create like social profiles, social profiles beyond just social media, revolving around their personality, the work that they do, and their objectives. So this brings in and bridges in faster disconnection between what you do and the market, and also it brings in a greater perception on how brands, other people who are also in your mission or are doing the same activity, to be interested in what you do and show up and support you. In essence to that, I just want to give relation to something like Mr. Fred Sonaika of ALX does. So through the opportunity of his skill empowerment, he shows up, shares his story in the moments, what they do, what they have achieved, and the milestones. So when you talk about now the digital age in relation to branding, I think we also have to see it as something that's really helping people to shine beyond the traditional mode where you used to settle and be known as a teacher.
Yes.
And now you can also navigate various career opportunities. You can become an influencer, and also it increases that concept of you making an impact to the society or achieving the great results based on what you are working on.
Can we say the digital age has contributed to a mindset, or is there a mindset shift, and when it comes to how people look at themselves within their areas of influence?
Yeah, I'll say yes, because however, there are two kinds of people. There are people who are looking, there are people who want to be known, and then there are people who want to showcase what they have been doing all along, which they could not do through social media. Like, I just want to give an essence of activism in the Kenyan context. In the 1969s, the Jomo Kenyatta's could not have been known because they did not have social media. But now today, Moses can just rise up and he talks about an ideology. And then it's like Moses and activism. So when you come to social media at the moment and the digital space, it has given us that opportunity to push our personal brands beyond our current locations and the aspirations, so that it can help us reach a wider audience and drive various ideologies. And that's what great brands and even organizations understand. And even if you look at the Western years, let me give an example of the US, where we could see people like Elon Musk leveraging X during the campaign. So it has given that us that opportunity to move beyond our local boundaries, communities, and then reach out to various niches that are interested in what we do and who can support us.
Yes, there's something you have said, and I think it's very profound. There are those who want to be known and those who want to make probably an impact through their professional services. What is the dangers of those who just want to be known?
I think the tricky thing or the challenging thing is for you to have this vessel, thinking it's a glass full of water until you hold it, and then you find that there's no water in it. Because when you are serving kings, kings always have that capability to just like identify the kind of talents that they work with. So there's an aspect of credibility which is very important. And this is what even I urge people who are within my community, whereby you need to be speaking about something that you stand for, which you have done and you have experienced, instead of talking of something that you are trying to achieve in the next 5 years ago. Because when there are people who have worked particular parts on what we do at the moment, and then when they start to question what you are doing for you to guide them on how to, and then you can't showcase that, and you also lack results and the credibility that you deserve. I think it tarnishes your name and the brand so much. And then we have to think about authenticity and credibility, which is very great.
Actually, authenticity and credibility, I think they are crucial when it comes to personal branding and professional development. Why should they be taken seriously, given that now everything on social media, well, in the digital age, you could say it's permissible, but not everything is right. So there's also the aspect of digital learning and within this area for professional and personal growth. Why should people take it serious when it comes to digital learning?
First, I would say is for you to be relevant, you have to take now digital learning so much and effortlessly invest in it, relevance across different industries that we are in. Because technology currently is making us more efficient, productive, and also is helping us to achieve better results in the areas that we work on. So when you talk about digital learning, based on the industry you are in, you need to understand the tools that you can leverage in your area to just helps to, like, I like using the term 10x, to 10x your productivity. Assume I am a digital marketer, I need to understand which tools do I need to use faster so that I can get results so fast. So in the process of being more efficient, productive, and giving better results in the service delivery as a business owner, you find that you'll be in a position now to create a good rapport, I would say, with your senior managers, because every organization hires you to solve a solution. So if you can solve it faster, you can also do it better, and even both the customers and the people you work with are happy. It makes you irreplaceable, and it makes you also relevant whenever you are in that particular field. And therefore, if you are someone who is always constantly investing in learning, I think you can never become irrelevant no matter the profession you are in.
Yes.
Yeah.
What would you say are the professional skills that are necessary in this era of digital advancements?
I think I just want to touch on some soft skills which are very key. The first one is communication. Yes. Because in as much as we talk about these social media profiles, online platforms, first is great for you to understand how to communicate well in these spaces. And then number two is aspect of critical thinking. We are in an era where people perceive us differently, and also to some moments we want to share our opinions which might be different, and also we have AI technologies and emerging technologies. So critical thinking is where we need not to leave all our thinking capabilities and the innovative nature to the AI tools and digital systems. We have to be the problem solvers and have clarity on what we are trying to achieve. And then there is an aspect of emotional intelligence. Right? So whenever you go online every single day, there'll always be something for you to laugh about, or something to make you just sad and like, oh, what's really happening? Yeah. So emotional intelligence is one crucial key, because you can be the greatest talent, and then assume you are the one who understands the AI, the systems, the digital system, and you work with people who are very dumb in that organization. So you'll always be like, oh, I think I shouldn't be here. And so having that capability to understand how to build relationships with these people and how you articulate yourself, emotionally be appealing, and create good rapport is something that's very important. I think, I'm not quite sure if this is a skill, but embracing this aspect of continuous learning is something that personally I would say is
adaptation,
adaptability. Yeah, it's something that's going to be very important in the moment. And then be someone who is great in building and establishing relationships, and then provide value.
Now, when it comes to personal branding, of course, you're investing in yourself. Professional development, the same. But then again, one would wonder, how can you measure return on investment? Because you're investing in yourself, yes. So how can you, what are the metrics to look out for?
Great. When I started, I said, like, there are people who are focused on impact, and there are people who are focused on hype. Yeah. So when you're using social media profiles and you want to know the impact of your work, all right? Yes. So you'll be focusing on some metrics, like you want to see the engagement, you want to look at the conversations that people are also driving in your area of space, and how they are interacting with their brand, like the market perception as a brand. So that's going to help you to understand what you need to iterate in the process of building your personal brand. And when it comes now to your own personal self, on the essence of understanding or investing in your personal brand, first you'll check on efficiency in the level of in alignment with productivity, and also if it's taking you to where you ought to be. Because remember, I started with having clarity on understanding your goals, right? Yes. So through the process, you'll be like, can I do this, my work better? Because I've invested in myself. Am I building right relationships? Am I delivering the best value in my area of work? And are also the people in my community, the people I serve, happy with what I'm delivering? And then personal branding also drives influence, because if you have results, people also want those results. So people will be coming, whenever you speak out your mind, people will be willing to listen to you because you have the results, right? So once you have the results, there is now an aspect of monetization that comes with personal branding. So this is where you can be coming up with products, services behind, around your niche, or the people who want to know that information. Because once you are good, actually, everyone wants to be around you. So this is where you come with products, services you offer, you tailor-made them to serve the industry or just a particular area. However, if also you are in the corporate environment, this is where now there will be definitely the job promotions, improvements, bonuses, and perks. So those are some of the benefits of investing in yourself.
Yes.
As a personal brand
yes.
or in professional.
Yes. You've been in this field for quite some time, and you've probably helped people build their brands. You've seen people try to formulate their brand.
Yeah.
But then again, is there an approach to it? Because probably trying to just think there are those who may have a wrong approach in terms of getting to build your personal brand, but you go directly to monetization. What are the best steps? Because kila mtu anataka pesa ya haraka lakini bana
yeah. I think first, just show up online and be consistent, and then choose first, have a clarity on what you're trying to sell, have a long-term strategy. Like in the end of the 3 months, I want to sell this product and services, right?
Yeah.
So first have various stages on how to invest in a personal brand, because people want to follow that track record on what have you ever done, but you have handled a particular area, like kila mtu anaitaka just instantly.
Yeah.
So hapo ndio now go for vita huko online, lakini nitasema some.
Yeah.
So in the process of you showing up online and sharing content around this particular area, it's going to help you to build a community or an audience.
Yes.
And then in the process of building this and nurturing this audience about your ideas, about your products and services, now you can come up and start providing some values. And when you are interacting with them, you start to provide some services that you can decide. It can be ebooks for guides. You can be showing up also in events. You can be showing up in communities so that you can share your knowledge, skills, and experience. And then when you talk about now monetization aspect, where mtu anaamka na anakuja. Remember, you can never go 1,000 sprints with a single step. You need to go through the 1,000 steps for you to make the 1,000 sprints. So you need to just have patience while you are building your personal brand, and then it will give you the energy to sustain your development process, because fast success also can kill you in the essence of you trying to become yourself. So I think it's just having a clarity on what you're trying to achieve, build an audience on that particular area. Once you have built an audience or a community, then share content that adds value to them. And then now they'll be openly in a position to be interested in what you're providing. Then from there you can start to monetize, where you are providing them value. It can be in terms of consulting, it can be in terms of ebooks, it can be in terms of masterclasses, but don't force yourself to be the one like, I know it all, or I am the best solution for this. No, you know yourself and what you think is relevant to the market and what they are interested in. But coming fast, I think it can kill you so fast.
So in the colloquial phrase, trust the process.
Trust the process.
Oh, nice. Now, let's say we've reached there. We have a brand. So we have developed professionally. And we are in the digital age, yes. How do we strike a work-life balance now?
Personally, I do not have a work-life balance. Because in the learning phase, especially I want to give it to this context of someone who works 9 to 5.
Yes.
Right? When you talk about the 9 to 5 is going to be dedicated to your employer.
Yes.
The moments of continuous learning are the moments where you are going to create now the free time. It's upon you to create the free time where you seek knowledge, you build the relationships, and also you get to sit down sometimes just to meditate and understand what really do you need to do at every stage of the process. So once you have that clarity and you have decided, like, I'm not at the right job, I need to be jumping in the next job in the next 2 years, you are going to create time for you to go back to school. You are going to look for money to invest in a skill. You are going to create time for you to meditate, because it has to be spiritual in the essence. And you are also going to create time for you to build and establish relationships with people who want to help you in this process of you learning. Or if you do not have relationships, now you'll have to create time for you to show up on social media sites, on job platforms, or on business platforms that you can establish your brand on. The reason I'm trying to give it this kind of approach, because time is always limited, and we'll always say that we do not have time or we do not have resources. But in the essence, for you to build a reputable personal brand, you will have to invest your energy, that's in terms of time, and time and attention. You'll also have to invest resources for you to get value out of it. So for me, I would talk about work-life balance at the moment.
What do you think should be, or are the principles that should guide professional development in this time and age?
On the principles of professional development, personally, I'll just echo on, I think, relevance, because there is so much information online. And there is so much essence of us trying to grasp everything that comes in front of our way, and even be it in what we see in the industry or what the job expects of us. So relevance is in the essence where I get to understand first my own self, like what do I really need to learn or master speaking about in this particular area, so that I can be perceived as person A, B, and C as I give results X, Y, and Z. So in the process, I'll get to know the right skills, knowledge, and information I need to consume. So personally, with that kind of foundation, even if I'm starting to build my personal brand from a scratch today, I think it will give me that great foundation where now I'll find people either in employment or in the industry who are willing to invest in me. So I would say the first principle for me is relevance.
Yes. Yeah. Looking at businesses and branding for businesses, what do you think are the mistakes that they make when they are trying to make a niche for themselves?
First, I would say lack of strategy and a long-term approach in building and investing in their brands. That's something that is really challenging in the moment when we look in the local context, and be it in business and personal brands. So this is where if you want to build a great reputable brand, have a clarity on what you are trying to achieve, because this is going to guide you on the areas you need to invest in terms of relationships, in terms of knowledge, and also on the service delivery. We were talking about monetization. So having clarity on understanding what you have is going to guide you on who you need to serve, the niche. And in the process, you are going to get to come up with strategies on how you are going to serve this niche. So when you talk about some of the mistakes people make locally, I would say first, trying to being a jack of all trades, where I'm in an industry, now I want to become an influencer, I want to become a digital marketer, I want to become a public speaker. So you lose yourself in the process. So be relevant and then come from a sense of purpose with clarity. It will guide you in the process, and it will help you to build a strategy that will take you to the places that you want to go in the process. Just build it slowly.
For person or business that is looking at branding, how should they approach matters to do with artificial intelligence?
Oh, that's great. So when you talk about artificial intelligence in branding, be it professional or in business, I think it's just an accelerator in our areas of work. So this is where we have talked about social media, we have talked about content creation, because people want to know you, and the best way they'll know you is through content. So artificial intelligence helps us to achieve some objectives like content creation, be it graphic design, be it the text like ChatGPT, be it the videos that we want to create for our brands. It helps us to come up with this great content and even build websites that we can put out there for people to get to know and understand who we are. So we can leverage artificial intelligence in the moment, not just the ChatGPT that people know about, but various tools in it to just help us to create content, share information, ideate and research and understand ourselves better in the process, and be innovative and be creative and innovative in the process of serving our audiences. So I would say it's an enabler and it's an accelerator in the process of you serving your niche and audiences.
Which now points out to the need for businesses to embark on capacity building when it comes to matters to do with artificial intelligence.
Yeah. Yeah, and also embracing digital transformation.
Yeah, which actually is happening very fast, going by what is happening.
However, only around 30% of the organizations are now trying to onboard the current tech tools.
That is within the country?
Within the country. Yeah, there's some, we are still used to the old ways of doing businesses.
Yes.
And then some of us have young ages like me, and we're trying to consult with someone who is 60 years.
Yes.
So you'll be like, this is not the right thing for us.
Yeah.
So it's something that really we need to talk about on digital transformation also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally, what do you think, how does the future look like for professionals and businesses that invest in the two aspects that we were talking about?
Wow, that's a great question. First, I would say in the next few years, even the next 2, 3, 4 years, professionals who invest in themselves are going to earn better.
Yes.
I just want to make them happy as for the start. They're going to earn better in the sense whereby you are someone who is well-versed with your area of expertise, you have built a community, a niche, and you serve also your employer well, or the people you're providing your services to well. So in the process of you offering the services to the publics or to the audiences, also there is going to be that aspect of, of so much hype around influencer marketing, which we can't ignore, whereby brands, people are going to be known in various areas in the industry, and recognitions that are going to come up. So in this process, we are going to see brands evolve beyond what we used to see as business brands, as just investing in our business brands. Now we can invest on Mike to bank on him as a brand ambassador for KBC.
Yes.
And then also we see an aspect where brands, businesses are also going to invest in their employees so that they can become their brand ambassadors, because, you know, each employee in an organization has different values, skills, and expectations, and then they are going to build different communities in that particular area.
Yes.
So if you're a professional who is investing in yourself, know that you're going to be someone also who is indispensable,
Yes.
and then your employee is going to retain you more. And as a business, I think you are going to cut costs so much by leveraging AI and digital tools at the moment, which is going to really help to sustain your business and keep you in business for the long term.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming to talk about these matters on Good Morning Kenya.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
I really appreciate for the opportunity.
Yes. That is Moses Were, who is a digital market consultant, trainer, and thought leader. We were talking about the aspect of winning within a digital age, matters to do with personal branding and professional development. This is where we end this conversation, but don't go too far. Good Morning Kenya continues shortly, but this time round on radio and TV. It's a joint production. And my name is Mike Migu. Thank you for tuning in. The question that we are asking, do you think Harambee Stars can win CHAN 2024? You can post your answer on our social media platforms. We are at KBC Channel 1 on all our social media platforms. Do you think Harambee Stars